Hello, my name's Bridget Supple of Bridget Supple Antenatal, and I'm just here to share with you a little bit about newborns, and it's really important. And it's kind of a very important message that your baby is not faulty. I kind of get a lot of messages about parents saying, my baby doesn't want to be put down, they want to be held all the time. And I just want to reassure you that your baby is doing absolutely what human babies are supposed to do. So just take it back a step and think about your baby in utero. So imagine them in there. They are constantly held. They are always being rocked and moved. So every time you move, there's a gentle rocking. Even if you're lying asleep at night, as you breathe and your chest rises and falls, your baby gets rocked. They've got no clothes on. They're beautifully surrounded by this fluid. They can hear your voice, they can hear your heartbeat. It's never quiet, it's never still, it's warm, they're held. And that's their world until they are born. And then we put a nappy on them, and we put clothes on them, and we put them in a Moses basket. So when your baby is born, the only place that they are going to want to be is here. And I want you to know, this is really important, that your baby is not faulty. The only problem is that your baby is being born into a society that will ask you really dumb questions like, are they good? What do you mean, are they a good baby? Of course they're a good baby, they're a baby. And this idea that a good baby gets put down and gets left for long periods goes against everything that we know about human evolutionary biology. Because here's the thing. Until your baby is about 6 weeks old, did you know that they cannot very well regulate their own heartbeat, breathing or temperature? They need close proximity to their grown-ups because it is our bodies that do that for them. They need help with managing the overwhelmingness of every sensation, of bright light to loud noises to the feel of clothes on your skin. And by you helping them with it, you literally are building regulation and pathways in their brain. The other thing to think about is that, of course, they want to be here. And actually, this is the norm for babies. We are a carrying species. If you look across the globe and throughout history, every nation really carries their babies. I could show you pictures of everywhere from England to Wales to right the way across the world. Of people carrying babies on front, on their back, but always babies held close. We don't put them down. Why? Because from an evolutionary point of view, they're supposed to be with us while we regulate their systems. Now, here's the thing. The problem again is that you are in a modern day society. And never really before in human history have two humans had a baby, gone home, shut the door and raised it on their own. There's supposed to be loads of pairs of hands, so somebody can say, oh, you look tired, give them to me and I'll hold them while you go and have a nap. So the problem is not the baby, your baby is not faulty. Now the other important thing that you need to know about sort of babies is this. I mean, think of us as a species. If we were supposed to be put down from sundown till sunrise, we would be born with tummies big enough to see us through the night. I want you to look at your baby's tummy when your baby's born. Your baby's tummy will fit in its hand. It's around the size of a marble. It's tiny. So it empties and refills and empties and refills. And that's not an accident. It does that so that you regularly have to hold them, because the biological norm for humans is skin to skin, and you can't and you can't do breastfeeding without doing skin to skin. So it puts them close and we regulate them. And also, all those regular interactions mean that we talk to them and we play with them. And every interaction is building the pathways in your baby's brain. This is not forever. Tummies get bigger. Yeah, they can last a bit longer. They get faster at feeding, so the gap between, how long it takes them to feed gets shorter. But you cannot spoil a baby in the first year by helping them with their feelings. Now, it's quite important just to comment on this, that recently sleep training has become quite a thing, and there's a lot of people teaching you how to get your baby to sleep and how to fix your baby. Well, one, your baby's not broken, they're not faulty, they're supposed to be doing this. But two, just know this. Those sleep methods that rely on letting babies cry, there is an element in there that babies learn to self-soothe, that if you leave them to cry, they learn to calm themselves down. Now, my suggestion on this is that you do what I always say you do, which is go to the science. We know that when babies are left to cry it out, they go quiet, but they don't calm down. If you measure their cortisol, their stress levels, they are still stressed. They go quiet as an ancient protective system, really, because if you were a human cave baby and your grown-ups left you and you kept crying, you might attract something dangerous. So human babies have learnt to go quiet, but that does not mean they calm down. Human babies in the early weeks cannot regulate their own heartbeat, breathing, or temperature very well. They also can't regulate their own emotions. That's your job as the parent. You do it for them by holding them and comforting them and helping them. And we do it and we do it and we do it and we do it for them until they build the systems to do it themselves. But by doing it for them, you are building their systems. So this is really important. Your baby's not faulty. Your baby is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The problem is that everybody expects a baby to behave in a way that's actually rubbish for babies. And two, they don't help you enough. So be kind to yourself. And, this bit will pass. But just treat it as it is. It's normal baby behaviour. Now, I'm Bridget Supple. You can find out a little bit more about sort of any of this on Bridget Supple Antenatal, or speak to your antenatal teacher or your midwife or your health visitor. But it's been a real pleasure. Take care.